Uh, should have made Mario diabetic, and we wouldn't need to be.
Shut up.
What did I do?
Being an idol again.
Mario. Mario.
How diabolical.
Wow, Mallow, that was fucking insane.
Odd, right?
Yep. So, I wonder what happened to Sonic. Ozzy, how are you feeling right now? Alright, Sonic. Maybe I went a little too far.
X.
Many apologies, Sonic. Alright. Well, I'm sure everything's fine, Mallow.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
What do you think?
Except Croissant, right?
Kinda.
Yeah. How's he holding up?
He ran into I was chasing him around. He's
Oh.
like running across the desert.
Why is he doing that?
You know, he's just pissed off. Like he's going on a counter strike. My internet is.
Okay.
I think it's time for this long edit. Have a then. See ya. See ya. What's on still being on?
Oh man. You'll be alright. Don't worry about it, mate. Just don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, I'm shooting to start from that fucking area. Yeah. Whilst we were around, he fucking fell through the sand and an old sand temple. It was stupid. And then he couldn't fucking get out because he couldn't fit.
It was like a Minecraft one, was it?
Yeah, I guess so. But there wasn't anything viewable on the surface. He just fell through a hole.
I mean, he is retarded though.
Yeah.
Can't lie. What do you think you have a thing for retards?
Well, you know, obviously, I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah. Well,
I'm borderline directly responsible fucking dude.
response to fucking ball.
Yeah.
I suppose you aren't.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying chasing around fucking everywhere. The deserts and jungles. I think I saw fucking Mabel pretending to be Tarzan. Yeah,
That is awesome.
he said he was going to start a day. Which isn't even fucking long, but somehow he grew a whole beard.
Hmm.
It's like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
Shut up.
What?
What, Bonnie? What do you just hate everything goes?
Well, I asked you a question, young man.
When are Grade's gonna come back?
Oh yeah, what was doing the second season and was dead. I don't know. So,
It's kind of crazy that he apparently made a whole video shitting on Keemstar when he didn't even mean any of it and just said it to pay his, just to help his mum or some shit with money.
yeah, well, that's kind of how that works. I guess. Outrage sells. Well, are we even gonna bother watching the new Minions movie?
I don't know, are you?
Right. What will you, Roy?
No.
Denying it.
If I was, I'd watch it, but it's obviously gonna be the worst one they've done yet.
Sad about Kevin.
Yeah, I know, it's bullshit.
Oh well. I wonder what other monsters they might show there. What do you think?
I don't fucking care. Bad. They're slapping.
It always is. Yeah, well, real monsters are like fucking Dracula and Frankenstein and shit. That's fucking Waluigi.
Inside.
Good, yeah, thank you.
That's
Good
all.
diabolical things. Thanks. I wonder what that Angry Birds God is up to right now. The one from really early on who said he had like a weird weapon taken from an old friendly neighbor person. You know?
What the fuck are you saying?
Oh, well, you know in the first prison video, there's that Angry Birds God. And, and Wallace goes, can you test it on my eye?
An Angry Birds god?
Yes! God! Not God. Prison guard.
Oh!
Do you understand now?
At first, I thought you were not the movie.
Yeah, no. No. I see the confusion though. Also, Woody, it's a good thing you didn't find Metal Robotnik space there. Metal Robotnik. Yes.
You are metal
It-
and shitty.
yes, but you know how there's a Metal Sonic? There's a Metal Robotnik out there.
No, there isn't.
Yes, it is.
Um,
It's out in the jungle zone of South Island, something deep in the middle, something. He used to live. He used to work around in the day too. But then there was the eggs of '87.
yeah, and stuff.
I don't remember there ever being a Metal Robotnik.
Because there wasn't. It's just being stupid.
Really? Yeah. Well, I know you're referencing the Sonic OVA, and even in that fucking dog shit movie, it's confirmed to just be you in a fucking suit.
Yeah, you fuckers.
It's not dog shit.
It is.
And, ah. And stuff. Oh, why don't you like it, Woody? I don't know. I don't. I think it's over fucking rated. That's what I think.
What are we on about?
Oh, right. Chungus is normal, doesn't even know. Well, you know, do you remember the fucking barely hour long Sonic anime? That's like a movie. The one where they start off on the beach and there's a fucking owl.
You're right.
Meets your shady male.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the one where it's Knuckles here. I'm Sonic and I'm Knuckles' best friend. Wait,
What?
I said that so wrong. The one where Eggman turns into a fucking lemon or melon from Annoying Orange. I thought I was insane. What are you talking about? Oh, never fucking mind.
What's it about?
Eggman like threatens. Oh no, he doesn't threaten. What's the fucking story again? Right. So Eggman says there's a fucking like
Stupid.
that never came up again, and well, he basically says to Sonic, "You better get there as quick as possible and stop it." And I don't know. Sonic goes and does that. But the whole thing is a trick to get Sonic into the machine so he can copy his information so he can put it into Metal Sonic. And then the second half of the movie is just Sonic versus Metal Sonic.
Right. It's basically just Sonic CD.
Yes, actually, because when they were making the movie, it began as a fucking Sonic CD movie. Like they were gonna like fucking tell the story of it or something. And a lot of the animation is based like you know the opening sequence from CD where he runs like this one coming up to Little Planet? Well, it's like the whole thing is based on that. So you're kind of right. Except it's no Little Planet instead. Mobius is called Freedom, and for some fucking reason it's split into two different dimensions. I don't understand. There's the high dimension where everything is all clouds, it's cities and fucking floating islands. And none of them are Angel Island, by the way. And then down below is just fucking Earth but destroyed. Like, they literally go to Manhattan and it's all destroyed and abandoned.
Oh, that's nice.
Probably the most interesting viewing part of the movie. Like, what the fuck happened here? But we'll never find out, so who cares?
Yeah, alright then.
it was supposed to be a pilot for an anime series, but no one in Japan gave a fuck and didn't watch it. Like, they've been trying to make a Sonic anime for years. Sonic X was just when they finally got it successful. Ish, because it did shit in Japan. It only did well in the West.
I believe you mean Sonic Eggs.
Yeah. Well, yeah, OVA is technically kind of related to Sonic
I
X.
swear, the only anime I can watch is Pokemon.
Now, that's probably just because you care about what it's about.
Probably.
That's just, and its art style actually fits.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I haven't watched it in years though, so I don't know. Maybe if I did, I wouldn't be able to. I don't know.
I mean, I've had that issue with X for like ages now. Oh well, you'll never, yeah, you'll never have that problem with Adventures of Sonic though. Like, that's so insane. Ah, I don't have a closet.
Yeah, I don't even have a closet. That's what he's actually saying.
Ah, yeah. You know, we were fucking close though.
I thought it was toilet, but
I like how he fucking closet door anyways.
I don't. I don't know why. I can just never get into anime stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, I've always struggled with that as well.
I don't even think it looks bad. It's fine. It's not that. I just, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I mean, some are like, some just have insane fucking length that it's just too many episodes.
Yeah.
Which is some, yeah, some will just go on forever. Yeah, I have a feeling like this first one's a fucking Naruto Death Note.
I don't know what it is. I just really. I'd much rather play a game than watch something. I don't know. Even though I still never have.
New games I actually still get too.
Because I remember I was gonna watch Markiplier's videos playing the Yandere game, but like, it's so like boring. Like, to be honest. Like, it's not really designed well. Like, I'm pretty sure they never even finished it as well. So,
No, yeah.
I don't even have a desert.
I don't think I've ever watched a full video.
I watched like 5 minutes of it and clicked off, and just decided to go back to FNAF.
Yeah, I have a toilet. I'm not bored with the Eggies. We're gonna sail across the
Oh no,
ocean.
with indie horror games, the only ones I've actually played is literally just FNAF, Hello Neighbor, and Baldi and Granny, and that's literally it.
Yeah.
It's like the only ones I've cared about, like, so.
Yeah, we'll do this one. I know, though, the game would piss me off if I actually tried to do it.
Oh yeah. Same. I'm not ever doing that. I'd rather just watch Markiplier suffer
Yeah.
than do it myself.
Yeah. That's what he's for. Which is why he didn't play these two. I'm a bit sad.
Hmm. Foxy is stuck in the closet.
I'm going to force you into FNAF 4, Vodschlemmer. I created my very own diabetic version of FNAF 4. No, that'd be shit. I would have been slow, so you could at least play it.
True.
Unless it looks so big. Diaball.
Chocolate covered Roxanne's.
Oh, yes. That's absolutely something I would like. Absolutely. Absolutely tease. Absolutely. Eggs.
We've got things ready for the big day.
We gotta be diabetic for the big day.
Yeah.
We gotta be diabetic for the special day.
Being diabetic and shitting on a cake. It's not a celebration.
Taking our shit on an envelope.
And wearing stupid shoes.
Oh, yes.
We gotta be diabetic all that night long.
We gotta be diabetic for the special eggs. Eggs. Arms.
I feel like I don't really think it's close with like all fucking indie horror games. It's obvious what the best one is.
Mm.
Yeah, Poppy Playtime. I'm joking.
Sorry, at least you said jokes.
Yeah, I'm only sure. Don't worry, I know it's fucking not good.
You're improving.
Ah, me chose that. Wait, what?
AF eggs.
Chose that why? Because I wanted it.
What?
I want to have me stuffed nice chicken.
But you are chicken.
I don't even have KFC. Well, I clearly do. Charizard, KFC, mukbang stuff. See, this is, if I was a YouTuber, this is what I would do. Because easy. Ooh.
Oh, what's this?
This big ass bucket.
Smells like eggs.
Maybe watching something could happen.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, Kim Pixels posted the trailer on his channel too. Good. We love to see it.
Oh, how very awesome and the diabetic of him.
Oh, I don't know what to watch.
Eggman's movie.
No. Watch Mario stuff.
No, watch your profanity. I crack myself up sometimes. Get it? Because I'm a retard. Oh, I made you shit yourself.
Did I?
No, indeed I did not.
What is the cancelled version of Toy Story 3?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
I mean, I also watched that, but it's only 9 minutes, so...
It's only diabetic minutes. The hours will fly by.
Okay, well, there's something about Toy Story 4 right after, so... Oh, dude, you have to watch this.
Yes.
Really, Charizard? Well, yes. Well, it's a answer for me.
Toy Story 3 is often celebrated. Pixar's Toy Story 3 is often celebrated as one of the greatest third entries in the franchise. However,
he has a
the movie was
slight
almost
bit of that
completely
voice.
different and wouldn't have been made by Pixar at all. As
Yeah, he
negotiations
does
broke
a
down
bit.
between Pixar and Disney to continue making movies together, Disney and the characters began production on a version of the film that would have seen Buzz recalled to a factory and began to malfunction. So let's dive in and find out what happened behind the scenes to
You know,
that.
I've seen this video, but whatever.
So let's take a look at what could have been Toy Story 3. Animated movies are the heart of the Walt Disney Company, pumping life into every corner of their business. A successful animated film creates a ripple effect, spawning theme park rides, toys, clothing,
Diabetics.
merchandise,
Yeah,
TV
spoiler.
shows, video games, and more. In the mid-'80s, Michael
Pornos.
Eisner was brought in to revitalize
Ooh.
Disney's struggling animation division, which he did by overseeing massive hits like The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and The Lion King, in a period
Jackie.
known as the Disney Renaissance. Unfortunately, after a decade of success, Disney entered a 10-year slump, producing films like Atlantis: The Lost Empire and Treasure Planet that lost money and generated few profitable ancillary products. During that time, Pixar, led by Apple's Steve Jobs, quickly emerged as a more trusted brand in animation, consistently delivering hit after hit. Yet, despite Disney's own struggles, they still benefited by receiving half the profits from Pixar's films, thanks to their role as Pixar's distributor. When Disney first partnered with Pixar to create what would become the world's first computer animated feature, Toy Story, the agreement stipulated that Pixar would produce 6 original films, while Disney would handle distribution, retain ownership of all of Pixar created characters, and reserve the right to make sequels. So even though Disney's own films were floundering, they still had Pixar. As the two sides began negotiating an extension to their deal in 2003, right around when Finding Nemo came out and proved to be yet another monster hit for Pixar, Steve Jobs believed Pixar no longer needed Disney and demanded that Pixar retain full ownership of its films and the characters in them moving forward, offering Disney only a fee to distribute them. Michael Eisner at Disney would object to this, and in an effort to negotiate a better deal, played the only card he had. He threatened to make sequels to Pixar movies without Pixar's involvement, feeling the audience wouldn't know the difference.
Threatened to make sequels.
To find another distributor, Jobs publicly announced he was cutting off negotiations with Disney. Meanwhile, Disney went ahead and opened Circle 7 Animation, named after the street where its studio was located, to create sequels to Disney-owned Pixar films, which consisted of everything up to and including the film Cars, which had yet to come out. Upon hearing the news, they were worried
Yet to
about
come
what
out.
due to
They were
the
making
characters
a-
he and
they were
Pixar
thinking of
created.
making a
Toy Story
cast
director
film
John
for
Lasseter is
Disney.
alleged to have said, "It's like you have these dear children, and you have to give them up to be adopted by convicted child molesters." The first sequel on Circle 7's slate was a follow-up
I
to
mean,
Pixar's brand.
for sure.
I'm trying to watch a Toy Story video. Don't want to hear this shit. So that just came out of nowhere. What the fuck?
Toy Story. And their version of the film opens with the gang learning about a new toy coming soon to stores. Dax Blaster of Star Command. Feeling a bit insecure, Buzz reenacts his falling the style trick from the first film, but his wings unexpectedly retract mid-flight, sending him crashing into a vacuum cleaner, which inadvertently turns on and sucks up a bunch of toys. After getting the situation under control and rescuing the toys from inside the vacuum, Woody confronts Buzz about his recurring malfunctions, pointing out the risks they pose to the other toys. But Buzz, in denial, dismisses Woody's concerns. Feeling they have no choice, the toys jump Buzz, toss him in a box, and ship him back to his manufacturer in Taiwan to get a new chip, which they believe will stop him from malfunctioning. However, later that
But this didn't happen.
action figures are being recalled by their manufacturer following malfunctions that have led to a number of injuries, as the toy company plans to replace the defective toys free of charge. Terrified that Buzz is about to be lost forever, the toys decide to go rescue him and ship themselves to Taiwan.
Why'd you send him
while
there?
Andy leaves for a week-long school field trip. Once the toys arrive in
That's not
Taipei, the
convenient.
box they're in falls off the truck on its way to the factory. Before they can read the address on the box's label, it's destroyed by a passing truck. A string of mishaps lead them to a daycare at the top of Taipei's
Daycare.
tower, where they're roughly plagued with by a bunch of kids. After the kids leave for the day, the toys notice a giant Buzz billboard out the window, which they realize is the factory. Unable to get to the elevators, the toys MacGyver
Just so
a shopping
happened to
cart,
find it that way.
balloons, and a bubble machine, which they use to soar above Taipei and land at the factory. After Buzz arrives at the factory, he's placed on a conveyor belt that feeds into the Smasher, which pulverizes toys. Determined to escape, Buzz jumps off the conveyor, but is eventually caught and placed in a bin in the company's archive room, which contains one toy from each toy line that has been recalled over the years. It's here that he meets Cozy Rosie, who was designed to keep kids warm at night but kept catching on fire, and Jade, a Barbie-like doll
That's
whose
killed
beak
someone there.
accidentally exposed a sharp piece of metal like a switchblade. Buzz, after his experience with the Smasher, tells the toys that the company is destroying recalled toys instead of fixing them. Jade says this never would have happened if the company's founder, Mr. Kagoi, was still in charge, but he was sidelined for having lousy business sense and is now kept out of the loop. Buzz then hatches a plan to get a memo about the Smasher to Mr. Kagoi, as Buzz escapes the archive room with his new friends. The three end up in an office where they find Dax Blaster, the new toy set to replace Buzz. After hearing Buzz's plan, Dax pretends to idolize him, marveling at how Buzz is a top-selling toy in company history, and offers to help. After Buzz prepares the memo, Dax sends him through a pneumatic tube, claiming it'll go to Kagoi's office, but it actually sends them right onto the conveyor belt that feeds into the Smasher, as Dax is determined to stop Buzz and become the new top-selling toy in company history. As Woody and the rest of the gang enter the factory, they spot Buzz and his new friends trapped on the conveyor belt, and rush over to help, only for Woody to get pinned down on it too. Buzz manages to free himself, then helps Woody before the Smasher comes down and pulverizes Buzz's leg, as Buzz falls to the ground lifeless to the shock of the rest of the toys. The toys then rush Buzz into the parts department, fit him with a new leg, and open him up to replace his chip. But when he wakes up, he doesn't remember a thing. It's like he's a brand new Buzz Lightyear fresh out of the box. However, his memories come rushing back after a mention of Andy and his new friends discussing the feeling of being played with for the first time. As Woody and the rest of the toys prepare to leave, Buzz convinces them to delay their departure until they can get the memo to Kagoi to stop their recalled toys from being destroyed. Woody agrees, and after getting to Kagoi's office, they're found by him as Kagoi tells Buzz that he's his creator and asks Buzz to speak to him, or that he and the other toys are alive. After Buzz tells him about the Smasher, an infuriated Kagoi crashes the Dax Blaster release party, where he announces that the company will fix every broken toy. As Andy's toys prepare to return home in the factory shipping department, Dax powers up the Dax manufacturing line, creating countless Dax Blasters before leading an army of them to destroy Buzz. However, Buzz and the rest of Andy's toys are saved by an army of Buzz Lightyears, as both armies charge at each other like something out of Lord of the Rings. In a funny moment, a human janitor pops into the room, causing all of the toys to freeze and drop to the floor. The janitor, not wanting to clean up the enormous mess, quickly turns around and leaves, as the fight resumes. Eventually,
Can't be
Buzz
asked.
manages to knock Dax into a box, which Andy's toys seal shut and address to Sid's house before all of Andy's toys get in a box of their own and get shipped home. They arrive at Andy's house just as he returns home from his field trip, before Andy gets a letter from Buzz's manufacturer saying that Buzz needs to be recalled, as Woody and Buzz exchange a worried look, realizing they're going to have to go back to Taiwan. So what went wrong? While Tim Allen stated that he'd be willing to return to voice Buzz, Tom Hanks flat out refused unless the film was produced by Pixar. Additionally, not only did Jobs announce that Pixar was looking for a new distributor, but he also announced that he wouldn't negotiate with Disney as long as Eisner was still in charge, who alienated himself from Jobs after two incidents. First, he argued that Toy Story 2 didn't count towards Pixar's deal with Disney, as it was a sequel and not an original film, forcing Pixar to deliver another movie to Disney to fulfill their deal, which became Cars. And second, leading up to Finding Nemo's release, an email leaked from Eisner saying that he thought the movie wasn't any good and would bomb, which would be a reality check for Pixar and put Disney in a better negotiating position. Eventually, Disney shareholders and the board of directors, outraged that Eisner had let Pixar slip away, forced Eisner to step down as CEO. He'd be replaced by Bob Iger, who was eager to do a deal after noticing that all of the characters in the Hong Kong Disneyland parade that were created in the last 10 years were Pixar's. Iger not only shared this revelation with Jobs, but after visiting the Pixar office and seeing what movies they had in the pipeline, like Ratatouille and WALL-E, put all his cards on the table and told Jobs that Disney didn't want to renew their distribution deal with Pixar. They wanted to acquire them completely. Shortly thereafter, Circle 7 Animation was shut down, and its alternate version of Toy Story 3 was canceled as Pixar started over from scratch. And while director Lee Unkrich would say that they didn't look at any of the work Circle 7 had done in order to not be influenced by it, there are a few similarities, whether coincidence or not, that made it into the final film. There's the daycare scene where the toys are roughly played with, there's Buzz being reset to his factory settings, and there's also Buzz and Woody stuck on the conveyor belt heading to their death via the Smasher. Regardless, Circle 7's version of the film feels more like a lighthearted side adventure for Andy's toys, while the final version offers a richer, more natural evolution of the story, showing what happens when the owners outgrow their toys. As Andy heads off to college, leaving the toys to face an uncertain future and question whether they still have a purpose. Andrew Stanton, writer and director of Finding Nemo and WALL-E, would later say that Pixar was never fooled that Circle 7 wasn't the most expensive bargaining chip ever created.
That's the
They
guy
also
doing the
knew
fifth
that,
as well.
bargaining chip or not, Disney would go through with it if they couldn't come to terms on a new deal with Pixar. Thanks for watching, everybody, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Bullets and Blockbusters for more great content.
So, not only was Disney at the time, the guy in charge of Disney at the time literally got forced out.
Damn. Well,
Also, that image.
I know. I'm glad that didn't happen, though, that movie. It sounds a bit fucking weird. Would not been as good.
No. What was fucking down to Tom Hanks just refusing to be in the movie then?
Okay.
Yeah,
You knew it was shit.
Yeah, and he had loyalty to Pixar as well.
W Tom, man.
Here's the thing now, I'm never going to see Toy Story entirely as a Disney thing. I see it mostly as a Pixar film. Because they're the ones making it and doing everything. Disney just gets to literally to fucking get all the fucking reward from it, basically.
Bullshit.
No, it's the same shit with
What
MCU
if-
Spider-Man, you know.
What
But
if Toy
Sony
Story
actually
4
makes
featured
movies.
Woody and Buzz swapping
Yeah.
heads? Woody's voice box malfunctioning and causing him to hallucinate, thinking he's a space ranger, and was a love story between Bo Peep and Woody. Additionally, what if Ducky and Bunny were voiced by Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro? To find out how we went from all of that to the movie we got, let's dive in and take a look at what could have been Toy Story 4. Quentin
Joe
Tarantino once
Pesci in
confessed
Toy
that he
Story 4.
refused to watch Toy Story 4. Not because he didn't like Pixar, but because to him, Toy Story 3 was the perfect ending to the saga, an emotional full stop to one of the greatest trilogies ever made. He didn't see any way for the story to continue, and he didn't understand why anyone would want to try to force it. Most people felt the same way. Toy Story 3 had wrapped everything up beautifully. Woody moving on from his unwavering loyalty to Andy, Andy's growth into adulthood, and the toys finding a new home with Bonnie. It wasn't just an ending for the characters,
Bonnie.
it was an ending for an entire generation that had grown up alongside them. Toy Story 3 director Lee Unkrich, screenwriter Michael Arndt, and almost everyone at Pixar agreed the story had come full circle. Pixar had done what very few franchises had ever achieved, a complete, emotionally satisfying finale. While Pixar continued telling smaller stories within the franchise with short films and spin-offs, there was no intention of a proper theatrical follow-up. However, when Pixar's chief creative officer, John Lasseter, who had directed the first two Toy Story films, began quietly developing an idea for a fourth entry alongside Andrew Stanton, Pete Docter, and Lee Unkrich, he couldn't stop thinking about it and immediately knew they had to make the movie, even wanting to direct it himself. When Toy Story
I didn't
4
know
was
that.
officially announced, the public reaction was one of disbelief.
I
Fans
thought-
wondered if Pixar could capture light
I thought
from the
John
bottom.
Lasseter was completely against the fourth one.
Guess not, man.
He didn't work with it on it, though. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe that's why he's annoyed.
Did they do it without him? And he created the characters,
Pixar
so...
started by commissioning a script from writer Ben Carlin, known for The Daily Show and Modern Family. His version was a strange, heartfelt, and sometimes dark adventure that would have taken the toys into completely new territory. In Carlin's draft, the story begins after the events of Toy Story 3. Bonnie now owns Woody and the gang. The years have taken their toll. Woody's voice box is fading, and Bonnie's mom puts him on a shelf alongside other forgotten toys, a kind of retirement home called the Hall. One night, Woody overhears a TV auction and realizes that Bo Peep, his former romantic interest that was inconspicuously absent from the events of the third film, is up for auction and ends up being sold to someone in the same town as Bonnie. While the other toys try to convince Woody to go after her, he believes it's better for her to find a new purpose and be there for another child. Bonnie then takes her toys to visit her rambunctious cousin Lance, but then immediately rips the heads off Woody and Buzz and swaps them around, with Woody being placed on Buzz's body and vice versa. From there, the movie becomes a surreal buddy adventure as Buzz tries to adapt to Woody's slower, looser body, and Woody, in Buzz's head,
That actually
starts suffering from hallucinations where he believes he's actually a space ranger. Separate from the group, Woody,
No,
Buzz's
that's the best
body,
idea
meets discarded
ever.
toys Ducky and Bunny, who, in this early draft, aren't carnival prizes, but worn-out
They
dolls
actually have
trapped
something
behind a
interesting
dresser.
with Buzz
After the
going on.
toys venture into a series of mix-ups and failed attempts to repair Woody and Buzz, they end up bumping into Bo Peep in a pawn shop. Bo Peep has been through her own rough journey, being constantly discarded and passed between owner to owner, growing bitter and disillusioned. She's particularly resentful of Woody, who encouraged her to leave the safety and comfort of Andy in the first place. After Woody and Buzz get back in control of their original bodies, they successfully convince Bo that she should come.
I'm gonna quickly put this down and have the rest of it. Yeah, me, Charizard, because that's not the reason. I may be a fat fuck, but I'm not fat enough to eat 20 wings in a hole. So, eat out. Oh, keep thinking about you, my annual gravy. Actually, quickly. Oh, those wings were really nice. I'll have the rest later.
Yes.
Well, it's time for me to have my apple and mango juice drink.
You mean my goat piss?
No, Woody. I wait
Tastes
for
and look the same though.
Woody, did you have to say that?
Sorry.
I pour the apple mango drink in.
I poured me a mango drink.
Oh, don't mess it up, Charizard. Oh, shut up. Charizard, don't mess it up. Shut up. See, I didn't mess it up. That's not funny, be if Barney just tipped it all on the floor. No, that wouldn't be funny. He'd go to fucking jail for life for ruining my drink. and I take away his Hello Neighbor.
2.
Diabetic.
Second
one,
And Bunny mailing themselves to the house as well. The movie ends with Bo Peep on Bonnie's nightstand and Woody in her arms as Bonnie falls asleep, a cozy circular resolution that restores the status quo. The intention was for the original 2 films director John Lasseter to return to the director's chair, marking his first directorial effort in over a decade. Lasseter envisioned Toy Story 4 as a romantic comedy inspired by his marriage to his wife Nancy. He described it as primarily a love story between Woody and Bo Peep, calling it a different kind of Pixar movie, lighter and more heartfelt, less about existential purpose and more about rediscovering lost love. It also aimed to explain Bo's absence from the third film, showing what happened to her after she was given away. However, Lasseter's return to the franchise he started wouldn't last long. In 2017, as the Me Too movement swept through Hollywood, reports surfaced of Lasseter's pattern of inappropriate behavior at Pixar and Disney Animation. animation. Multiple
Oh,
employees
what?
described instances of Lasseter making uninvited physical contact with staff, as well as making uncomfortable comments about their physical appearance. One employee recalled female staff using a technique called the Lasseter, a defensive pose to avoid his wandering hands. Lasseter announced the leave of quietly removed him from directing duties, and he ended up having no involvement in the film at all.
I didn't know
However,
this.
before
Fuck.
Lasseter left, Pixar hired the writing duo Rashida Jones and Will McCormick to rewrite the script. Fresh off of writing the romantic comedy Celeste and Jesse Forever, their appointment seemed to fit Lasseter's original vision, a heartfelt rom-com about Woody and Bo Peep's relationship. However, their involvement in the film's development was cut short. In 2017, news broke that
Yeah.
Jones and McCormick had left the project. Early reports claimed they departed because of unwanted advances from Lasseter toward Jones, but the pair quickly refuted that, releasing a statement clarifying that their exit was due to creative and philosophical differences. Their full statement expressed a concern for Pixar's lack of diversity and representation,
Yeah, you do that.
Stephanie Folsom to write the script from an outline written by Andrew Stanton, one of the writers of the third film. A new character emerged in this version.
Good.
of the film.
He's back.
Forky. The idea for
That's the main
Forky
one.
came from asking a simple question.
And he's
The
cool.
child makes a toy from a random object. Does that object come to life in the same way the other toys do? And if it does it know it's a toy? Forky became the emotional and philosophical core of the film, embodying
I feel like every toy's life starts with them not knowing.
Story. The absurdity of a spork coming to life, screaming that he doesn't belong, fit perfectly with Pixar's tradition of finding existential depth in the everyday. This new direction reframed the film from a romantic comedy to something more meditative. A story about letting go of identity and embracing change. But even with a more solid foundation in place, this version still went through multiple alternate endings. Some early drafts still retain the ending of Ben Carlin's script, with Woody convincing Bo Peep to come live with Bonnie as one of her toys. The idea was sweet, but Cooley thought it was too safe. It just reset the status quo, rather than moving Woody and Bo Peep forward in a new direction. Another ending.
I'm glad that it didn't end like that, to be honest.
Woody still goes back to Bonnie, but Bo is instead adopted by a young girl she meets in the antique store, echoing her role as a lost toy, finding a new purpose. Woody watches on, makes peace with them, both going their separate ways. Cooley liked the emotional symmetry, but ultimately rejected it.
Yeah,
Woody
I
still
think
wanted to make a bigger, more active leap of faith, choosing a life beyond being owned by a child. This led the team to settle on the final ending that made it in the film, in which both Woody and Bo run away together to live as lost toys. Elements of
And I think
previous
that's the
idea
best
survived
idea,
in the
anyway.
character of Gabby, who, like Bo, yearned for a second chance with a kid, and ends up with
Yeah, it
a
makes more
child.
sense for her to not.
Though all the rewrites and creative shakeups of Toy Story 4, two characters managed to survive nearly every version, Ducky and Bunny. Originally conceived in Ben Carlin's first draft, the duo finally made it to the screen voiced by comedy duo Key and Peele. But at one stage, Pixar had a wildly different idea for casting. Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro were initially considered for the roles, tongue-in-cheek pairing that would have played off their tough guy personas from Martin Scorsese's crime films, reimagined as a pair of over-caffeinated carnival prizes. With too big for their boots personalities, they were trapped in bundles of fluff and cuddliness. By the time Toy Story 4 was finally released, it had essentially been rebooted from scratch multiple times. Bo Peep's voice actress, Annie Potts, revealed that basically 75% of the script had been thrown out and rewritten. The development had seen the downfall and removal of the franchise's creator, as well as multiple writers departing the project. However,
Well, John Lasseter must be very pissed.
Acclaim and won an Oscar for Best Animated Feature, but it also divided fans. Some felt it beautifully expanded Woody's story, others, like Tarantino, still refused to see it or even understand why it exists, leaving Toy Story 3 to be the perfect goodbye. Thanks for watching, everybody.
They
and don't
refuse
forget
to
like and subscribe for more of Hollywood's untold stories and unmade movies.
Well, to be honest, I think the thing they went with was also the best thing.
The only thing I would have wished to have seen is what they were going with. I don't know, that fucking idea of Woody and Buzz is fucking bodies being swapped is funny as hell.
It's funny, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's way too ridiculous. I feel like that's something you should do for like a short, like Toy Story 2.
Probably, yeah.
Just bring those back and do it there, and make it the whole point. You know, we might get something like that. After Toy Story 3, they did those. After Toy Story 4, they did Forky Asks a Question. So we might get another one
True.
after the 5th movie.
We shall see.
But yeah, I think it's better what they did with Bo, because if Woody and Bo's end up going with Bonnie, it's kind of like,
True.
I think it's best what they went with, and then to make Gabby Gabby end up having the owner. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
And I think it
So-
honestly worked well.
They created her based on an idea they originally had. So go then.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's better how it worked though.
This is definitely a film where I feel like they came up with like every idea except the idea for the villain, and they didn't really have a strong idea. Like it
Yeah.
shows, but it's also not necessarily a bad thing. Also, to be fair, I'm not sure if every story in the universe needs a villain.
No, not at all. Gabby Gabby isn't even a villain. That's the thing.
Not really. No.
She just needed Woody. Like, there isn't really one single bad person in Toy Story 4. In Toy Story 3, though,
It's a whole different
Lotso,
story. Mike, wait, what? No,
Toy Story 1 didn't as well, because Sid's a fucking kid, so.
yeah.
2 did, though, with Owl, and Stinky Pete.
2 fuck off villains.
And then, yeah, 3 with Lotso hugging Bear. But yeah, I think it's best. I mean, I guess we'll see if there's something with Toy Story 5 as well. We might find out that, the original ideas of the 5th movie.
Yeah.
I feel like with both things, they chose the right option.
True. So hopefully that still applies to the 5th.
Yeah, and what's good is that the person who's the main director of Toy Story 5 is, like, perfect, because he worked on the movies before anyway,
Yeah.
and, like, wrote a lot of them, and he also was, like, the main person in charge of WALL-E, and that movie's, like, amazing. So everything he's done is, like, great.
So it should be perfectly perfect.
Like, to me, I'm not even worried about this. I know it's gonna be good. It's just fucking people worrying about nothing. I don't know, I like the franchise too much. I'm not gonna complain about getting another movie. I want there to be fucking loads of them. So I know eventually we're not gonna have Woody and Buzz anymore. So, like, that's when it'll start. That's when I'll be like, okay, now you can worry about it. Because you know.
Not everything lasts forever. You are an animal Eggman.
You rate the awards?
Yeah. With the help of my new assistant, Batface the Rogue.
Don't tell Harry. I'm just Harry.
Don't tell Harry. Diabolical. Dr. Eggman. Man's Dr. Eggman.
Well then, for April, we have My Galaxy. May is Backrooms. June is Toy Story. July is Spider-Man.
Back-to-back epic fucking nuts.
Unbelievable, honestly.
Yeah, it'll be nice to finally have a new Spider-Man movie. It's been 7 from it since. Is it weird? This actually is fucking weird. It doesn't make any sense. But the wait for this Spider-Man film has felt way less than No Way Home. And I know that makes no sense, but that's just literally how I feel.
Well, yeah, that makes no sense, but you can feel it if you want.
I know what it is, though. It's just because I was like way too excited for No Way Home. Like the wait for between 2019 and 2020, and all of 2021 felt fucking insane. And since that movie, I don't know.
Isn't it like a 2-year gap? It's not that bad.
Yeah, I know, but it really,
This time it's been like 5.
I know it's also,
Admit you're wrong.
well,
Admit it.
thing is, it really is just comes down to the fact